Hey friends, it's Liz, the official craft nerd here, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to refurb this little trinket box I picked up at probably a Goodwill or thrift store at some point. And I just wanted to redo it because you guys know I love to flip older things or unwanted things, and yeah, it's just something I have fun doing. So what I'm doing here is looking for a unique vintage piece of scrap paper here that I am going to use to line my box. I just wanted to do something a little bit different instead of just painting. So basically what I did here is just kind of, half-heartedly measured the inside of my boxes here. I am going to do the sides part here. I do want to paint those because I was not going to try to measure all that out. But I did want at least to have the backing to have that paper. So all I'm doing is using just a black paint, and we're going to get the insides and the corners of this box. So all I did here, of course, as you see, is take some Mod Podge to put my paper down on the inside of my box. Now, as far as the color goes on this box, I wanted to go with more of a gray tone. So I am going to use Waverly chalk paint. I believe it's called Elephant. Now, I don't know if you can really tell in the video, but you can kind of see there's like different dark swirls on the top of it. I've noticed with this paint that, and it may be an age thing, I don't know. I'm not throwing my paint away though, y'all. I'm going to use it till it's gone. But the colors tend to separate. I don't know if it's like the oils are separating from the pigments or what, but sometimes I have to, obviously I have to stir it up really, really well, but it can come out very oily and watery at first, and then it'll start to pick up its actual pigments and get darker and thicker. But I let the air get to it for a little bit and I stir it up really well. And then after a coat or two, I get the true color of it. So I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I just have wonky paint, whatever, but I am going to use that stuff until it's gone because paint is not cheap, y'all. Here, this is a really cool product. It's from a company called Would You Bend. And it is basically wood appliques and wood trimmings and things like that, that it comes in like how you see here. This trimming comes in like a roll. And all you need to do is heat it up and it becomes pliable. So you can mold it out, you can measure it out, and you can cut through it, and it cuts through like butter. You guys, it is amazing how easy it is to cut it. And you guys, this is wood. So it is just a super neat product, excuse me, that I love, and I'm so glad that I found it. Seeing some other crafters, pick this up, and I think it actually popped up like probably on my Instagram at one point, and I was like, dude, that is really cool. I want to use it. They have a lot of different varieties. Just look them up, you guys. Trim and like appliques and just decals. It's super, super cool. And I'm using, as you see here, just regular wood glue. That's what you want to use for this, to apply this trimming. And all I did here was, of course, as you saw, as I talked through all of that, we're taking just this trimming, it's a very thin little trim, and putting it around the top of the box just to give it some extra dimension. Now you see here I am hitting it with my heat gun again, because when this does dry up, after it's been heated, you want to make sure it's lying flat. So all you have to do is put a little more heat to it, and you can bend it down and it'll stay exactly as you want it to. Again, you guys, look them up. I am not sponsored. I have never even asked to be sponsored, but I love this stuff so much, and I really want you guys to check it out for yourselves. So right here, as you see, I have some rub-on transfers. I love this little floral, vintage floral, I guess, print. It's a little bit more muted colors, which I love using. And I just figured with this particular color scheme that I'm going with on this box, these flowers would work perfect. And I want to say I got these off Etsy. I am not 100% sure, you guys. I get my items from Etsy, from Amazon, from eBay, from wherever. And it's really hard for me to keep up with it and be able to always put those in the description for you guys. But if you do ask me, I definitely will try to answer you on where they're from. I will be quite honest, you guys, I'm probably easier to reach on Instagram than I am on through, you know, comments and YouTube. But if you don't already, there's a nice little segue into it. You can follow me on Instagram at the official craft nerd. There is an older page that's on there that was hacked that I do not use anymore. So I will put a little photo of the correct one here on my screen here in just a moment, so you guys can know which one to come follow me at. But if you message me there with questions, I am more than happy to answer anything there. Now, coming back to this, after you've seen how easy it was to apply those rub-on transfers, I mean, just awesome. I am coming back with just a little bit of white paint, and we're just going to kind of hit the corners, kind of give it that aged look without, you know, using antiquing wax or browns or anything like that. I just wanted to have it with the white. And what I really like too about this is if you feel like you get a little heavy with it, or you wanted it to be a little lighter, just hit it with your, you know, sanding block or some sandpaper, and it will smooth it out and kind of tone it down, and it'll just look perfect after that. I mean, I love doing this kind of effect because I know that it doesn't have to be perfect, and it's really easy to fix if you need to. So once I've gone and sanded all my edges and got it looking the way that I wanted to, I'm going to take some of this brown wax that I've used before, and I'm just going to hit it on the wood decal there because I want to have that texture, that design to really kind of pop, but I don't want it to be too much. Like you know, I love my products to look kind of aged and, you know, rustic and vintage and a little dirty, but I didn't want it to be overkill on this. So you can tell, like, this wax is not as heavy as, like, say, antiquing wax, because it is more of a waxy substance than it is actual antique wax by Waverly. So I'm just kind of lightly just, you know, finger brush it over top the sides, the corners, on those edges to get the little details to pop. And that was really all there was to this project. It was very simple, just taking a box and flipping it and making it something pretty. And this is something that anybody can do, and really on, you know, a budget as well. It does not cost a whole lot to create something like this. So I know it's a little bit, you know, tamer than my normal projects when it comes to this, but I really hope you enjoy it, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you're new here, I definitely hope you stick around, hit that subscribe button and that little bell so you know when I do get around to uploading a new video. And for all of my friends that continue to visit me every single time I post a video up, I appreciate y'all. I love you. Until next time, you guys, stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.